Okay, so good evening, class. So our next topic would be resultant of common parallel force system and moment of a force. So, I believe na intindihan nyo na to, yung concept na to, kasi diniscuss na natin to last time, wherein yung parallel force system natin involves forces whose lines of action are parallel or they have the same slope. So, let's proceed agad to the example. So, example 1, we need to find the resultant of the following applied loads. Madali lang to, class. So, if may 10 kilonewtons ka dito, tas may 10 kilonewtons ka rin dito, ano yung combination ng dalawang yan? You have 10 plus 10 is equal to 20 kilonewtons. And since symmetrical siya, yung resultant mo will be located at the middle of the beam, that is 20 kilonewtons. And this will be our final answer. Dali lang, di ba? So, next, paano naman if hindi point load? What if uniformly distributed load? Ito yung tinatawag natin na uniformly distributed load. So, kapag uniformly distributed load, yung paghanap mo ng resultant would just be the area of your load. So, ano bang shape to, di ba? Triangle. So, yung area ng load na yan would be the height. Let's call this height. Ito siya. Times yung length. Ito na length. So, yung height mo is 25 kilonewton per meter. So, ito raw is 25 meters. 25 kilonewton per meter. So, that would be, So, that would be 25 times 10. This would be 250. Ano yung unit natin? Sa pag-identify ng unit, remember na yung 25 natin is naka-kilonewton per meter. And then yung 10 natin is naka-meter. Therefore, makancel yung ating meter. Yung maiiwan na lang is in kilonewton. So, ito is kilonewton. So, if ganito siya, what does that imply? Meaning, naging point load siya. So, if naging point load siya, yung iyong resultant is, it will be located sa gitna again kasi symmetrical yung iyong force. So, yung resultant nyo is mag-a-act dito. Tapos, ito ay 250 kilonewton. So, remember nyo lang, usually kapag distributed load, yung unit niya is in kN per mm. Pwede rin naka-newton per meter or naka-newton per mm or naka-kN per mm ba yan? Basta ganyang format. Tapos, kapag point load naman, point or what we call the concentrated load, yung units niya is naka kilonewtons or newtons. So, let's proceed agad to the next example. So, what if naman kapag you have a triangular distributed load? So, this is a triangular distributed load. Paano ulit kukuha ng resultant ng ganyang loads? You solve for the area of your, solve for the area of your load, di ba? So, we will solve for the area of the load. Ano ba tong shape na to? Triangle, di ba? ano yung formula ng area ng triangle? Diba? 1/2 base times height. Where in this case, ito yung magiging base natin. Tapos, ito yung magiging height natin. So, yung resultant natin, yan yung area ng load. So, this would be 1/2 times base na 8 meters times height na, dapat pala naka 30 kilonewton per meter to. Mali yan. Height na 30 kilonewton per meter. So, makancel yung meter. Therefore, yung resultant mo is, that is 120 kilonewtons. And this is our final answer. But ngayon, the question is, saan naka-apply yung ating resultant? Kasi yung kanina, madali lang i-identify, di ba, kung saan naka-apply yung resultant. Kasi kapag symmetrical yung inyong loads, automatic na nasa gitna yung inyong resultant. Pero ito, hindi naman to symmetrical kasi mas maliit dito sa left side, tapos mas mataas dito sa right side. So, yung kailangan yung i-remember or i-recall na topic is kung saan located yung centroid ng inyong triangle. So, if may triangle tayo, remember na andito yung kanyang centroid. Yan yung centroid niya, ha? And yung location ng centroid from the smaller tip, that is always 2/3 of your base, and sa mas mataas naman na tip, that is 1/3 of your base. So, meaning, yung resultant mo is naka-apply somewhere here na 120 kilonewtons. Tapos, yung distance niya raw from here, that is 2/3 ng iyong base. So, ilan yung 2/3 ng 8? That is approximately 5.33 meters. And galing naman sa ditong dulo, that is 1/3 times 8. This is 1/3 times 8. This is 2.67 meters. So, yan yung mga common loadings natin, ha. Meron tayong point load, uniformly distributed load, tsaka triangular na distributed load. So, yun lang yung common na diniscuss ko para sa ating parallel force system. So, now let's proceed to moment of a force. So, moment of a force, moment is the measure of the capacity or ability of the force to produce twisting or turning effect about an axis. Imagine mo na lang to, itong lever na to, kapag tinulak mo dyan, yung nakita nyong kamay, pag itutulak mo dyan, di ba mag-create siya ng parang twisting or turning effect. Magtutwist siya ng paganito, di ba? And that's what you call your moment. And this axis is perpendicular to the plane containing the line of action of the force. So the magnitude of moment is equal to the product of the force and the perpendicular distance. So ito yung magnitude ng ating moment, that is the product of your force. Ito yung applied force. Tapos ito yung perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance. And then the intersection of the plane and the axis is commonly called the moment center. So if dito na figure na to, ito yung ating moment center. And the perpendicular distance from the moment center to the line of action is called the moment arm. So if ito yung force mo, tapos ito yung moment center mo, di ba? Kasi about here siya about here siya na point, iikot. Diba? Imagine mo lang kapag umikot yan ng paganyan, about here siya iikot. And tapos, yung perpendicular distance mo, this one, this is called your moment arm. So, when you say perpendicular, ganito, right? This is perpendicular. Basics na lang man yan, so I hope you understand what a perpendicular distance means. So, yan yung ating formula wherein moment is equal to force times the perpendicular distance. So, yung F yung ulit yung ating applied force and D yung ating perpendicular distance. Yung units ng moment can either be kNm, Newton meter, or Newton mm. Basta take note lang na 1 kilonewton is equal to 1,000 newton. So, for example, meron kang 5 kilonewtons. That can also be written as 5,000 newton. So, naging ganito yung unit niya kasi yung force natin, for example, in terms of kilonewton or newton naman yan siya, di ba? Times mo sa yung unit ng ating distance can be mm or meter. So, let's say naka-meter siya. Kaya ganyan yung kanyang unit. And let's take our sign convention as clockwise positive. So, proceed agad tayo sa meron pa palang principle of moments. So, yung principle of moments, it just says that the moment of a force with respect to any axis or point is equal to the algebraic sum of the moments of its components with respect to the same axis. So, ibig sabihin yan, for example daw, kukuha ka ng moment about point O, itong point na to, wait, gamit na lang tayo ng ibang color para mas klaro. Kukuha ka ng moment about this point, tapos, meron kang, let's say, ito, meron kang force 3, meron kang force 2, tsaka meron kang force 1. Ang ibig sabihin ng principle of moments is, kailangan mong kunin yung components ng iyong force. So, meron itong component, yung force 1, meron ding x and y component, yung inyong force 2, and syempre, meron ding x and y component, yung iyong force 3. Tapos, pagkatapos nyan, yung imo-moment mo sa O is yung components ng iyong force. So, for example, itong F1x, meron siyang perpendicular distance na y. Diba? So, example na lang, hanapin natin yung moment ni F1x about point O. So, yung F1x natin, yan yung ating applied force. And then, ano ba yung perpendicular distance ni F1x about point O? Diba? As you can see in the figure, that is, ito. Itong ating y1. How about naman yung moment ni F1y about point O? That would be yung force natin na F1y times, ano yung perpendicular distance niya? Ito, di ba? That is x1. So, mag-example agad tayo para mas magets natin. Sige, for the first example, we need to determine the moment of force P about point A, ito, tsaka point B. So, let's solve first the moment about point A. That is, ano nga ulit yung formula? That is force times the perpendicular distance. Ano yung given natin na force? Meron tayong 12 kilonewtons. And then, multiply natin sa ano yung perpendicular distance. So, if this is your point A, yung perpendicular distance ng force na to about A is itong 6 meters. So, therefore, yung moment natin about A is 70, wait, hindi clear. Yung moment natin about point A is 72 kilonewton meter. This is our answer for moment about A. How about naman yung moment about point B? Ano ulit yung force? That is 12 kilonewtons. Force times distance lang to ha. 12 kilonewtons times ano yung perpendicular distance? So, dito ka raw mag-moment. Question is, may perpendicular distance ba yung 12 kilonewtons at point B? The answer is no. Kasi sa point B siya mismo nakatutok. So, therefore, our perpendicular distance is 0. So, yung moment natin about point B is 0 kilonewton meter. Unless nandito yung iyong 12 kilonewtons, for example, tapos meron kang 2 meters dito, meron kang perpendicular distance na 2 meters. But in this case, yung 12 kilonewton mo is nakatapat mismo sa B, meaning wala siyang perpendicular distance. So next, determine the moment of force P about point A and B. So mag-moment daw tayo about point A. Yung formula ulit is force times perpendicular distance. Ilan yung force natin? That is 12 kilonewtons. Tapos yung perpendicular distance mo, about point A, papunta doon sa force. So hanggang sa force natin, hanggang dito. Ilan raw yan? That is 4 meters. So yung moment natin about point A is 48 kilonewton meter. And this is our final answer for moment at A. Yung moment at B naman, yung force natin is 12 kilonewtons. And then yung perpendicular distance, dito ka raw magmo-moment, yung perpendicular distance ng force mo until dun sa point na kung saan ka magmo-moment, that is 2 meters. So 12 times 2 meters, yung moment at B will be 24 kilonewton meter. And this is our final answer. Dali lang, di ba? Kailangan nyo lang talaga i-practice. So how about this? Determine the moment of force P about point A and B. Kapag ganito, kailangan muna nating i-convert yung ating uniformly distributed load into its resultant. Paano ulit kukuha ng resultant ng uniformly distributed load? That would just be the area of your load. So since rectangle to, yung area ng load na yan is just 25 kilonewton per meter times 6 meters. So ilan to? That is 150 kilonewtons kasi makakancel yung meters. So yung resultant mo, since symmetrical siya, meaning yung resultant mo is located lang sa gitna. So this is 150 kilonewtons. Tapos, yung distance na to would be, since symmetrical ulit, this is 3 meters. And this is 3 meters also. So, ano yung moment natin about point A? So, pwede na tayong mag-moment, diba? Kasi meron na tayong force, saka perpendicular distance. So, that would be 150 kilonewton. Tapos, yung perpendicular distance is kapag dito ka na bumoment sa A, ano yung distance niya patungo doon sa force mo? That is 3 meters. So, your moment at A is 450 kilonewton meter. Sa moment at B naman, ulitin lang natin, it is force times perpendicular distance. You have a force of 150 kilonewton times yung perpendicular distance niya if galing sa B until sa position ng iyong force, that is 3 meters. Yung moment at B mo is also 450 kilonewton meter. And this will be our final answers. So how about this naman? Mag-moment raw tayo about point A and B again. Ano ulit yung first na gagawin? You get the resultant of the uniformly distributed load. So that is just the area of the load. So yung area ng triangle mo is 1/2 base times height. Naka-kilonewton per meter to ha. 1/2 base times height. So ilan yung base natin? We have 6 meters. Tapos may height tayo na 18 kilonewton per meter. Maka-cancel yung meter. And then, your resultant would be 54 kilonewtons. Saan ulit nag-a-act yung ating 54 kilonewtons? Around here, di ba? Based doon sa ni-review or ni-recall natin na centroid ng triangle. So, if dyan yung centroid ng iyong triangle, ilan to? Ito ay 2/3 of your base, or that is 2/3 of 6. Nasagot. You have 4 meters. Ito, ano naman to? This is 1/3 of your base. And yung base mo is 6 meters. Therefore, ito is 2 meters. So, meron kang 4 meters dito, tapos meron kang 2 meters dito. So, pwede na ba tayo mag-moment? Yes, pwede na tayong mag-moment kasi meron na tayong force, tsaka meron na rin tayong perpendicular distance. So, mag-moment tayo at A. Dito raw tayo na point mag-moment. Ano yung force natin? You have 54 kilonewtons and then yung perpendicular distance niya, meaning yung distance niya na perpendicular from point A until your load, that is 4 meters. So, your moment at A would be 216 kilonewton meter. So, this would be our final answer for moment at A. And then, yung moment at B mo naman, force times distance lang, di ba? So, yung force mo, you have 54 kilonewton. And then, yung distance mo daw, from B until doon sa force mo, na perpendicular distance ha, that is 2 meters. So, our moment at B would be, that is 108 kilonewton meter. And this would be our final answer. Ano ito? Meron na tayong assignment ko na lang to. Or discuss ko na lang to next time kapag face-to-face. Kasi medyo mahirap siya. Medyo tipid yung ating space. So, discuss ko na lang to face-to-face. So, that's all for our lesson, guys. So, I hope you learned something and please don't forget to answer your sit work 1 and plate number 1.